Hello there, and welcome to another Wine Steward video. It's nice to, well, pretend I'm seeing you out there, but maybe we can see each other up at the wine bar this weekend. Wouldn't that be nice? Now that the days are getting colder and occasionally wetter, it is really a nice hunker down time for wine enjoyment. In other words, it's fun to see the tastes change. Even if you don't even know it, you may be adjusting to a different kind of wine right now because it's cold. It was under 40 degrees this morning when I got up, and all of a sudden the evenings, they start sooner in the day. It gets dark, and it really puts people more in the mood for nice dark wines with heavier foods. And if we're gonna hibernate, we'd better put some fat on, right? So anyway, this is out here in front of you is a beautiful big black dark wine to tell you, basically, or to remind me to tell you that next week we have none other than Tom Kelly here with us next Wednesday night. Some of you have already noticed on thewinesteward.com that we have opened this event for sale, and many of you have already signed up, but we will have 26 of you come and sit down at this mezzanine tasting with none other than Tom Kelly, a gentleman who's done this with us for at least probably a dozen times. And this guy is a pro on Italian wine and several other things besides. Sometimes a Slovenian wine might show up, maybe a Gruner Veltliner. But this wine will be slanted heavily toward the beautiful, delicious wines of Italy, including this one right here. This is by Marchetti. This is a Reserva Montepulciano, and it's a 2015, so it's got a little bit of time on it. But look at that color, huh? Beautiful. This will be one of the stars of the show that night. We'll do Barolo, we'll do Brunello di Montalcino, we'll do things you've never even heard of. The idea is to give you some things that are familiar and to take you elsewhere. So why not come and join us for the Tom Kelly sit-down tasting, which is next Wednesday night. And I think that's November 9th. It'd be lovely to have you, but we can't have all of you. We have to have only the first 26 to RSVP. So here's your warning. Here's your alert. Let's do this, all right? Next week, Tom Kelly. It's Italian wine time, finally. All right. What's going on today? Well, I got the menu done yesterday, which was Wednesday, because today, Thursday, when I normally do the menu, we've got a lot of other things to do. We are dividing and conquering today. Dawn, our cheesemongress, and Eric, our bar dude and sometime paella maker, and I are all going off-site to support an event where beautiful wines from around the world will be poured. Why is Eric going? Because he's doing paella for these folks. Why is Dawn going? Because she is setting these folks up with beautiful platters of cheese. We're going to do kind of a three-ring circus of foreign wine. So the first course will be some Parmigiano along with two types of Italian meats, and they're going to have a Brunello di Montalcino Reserva with that and a Barolo. That'll be great. And then next up, Spanish wine with what? Eric's paella, of course. And in fact, look at this. This is cool. I bought enough of these so that some of you can get some too, but this is especially for this event today. It's a Magnum of 2011 La Rioja Alta 904 Gran Reserva. It is Tempranillo with some Graziano, aged in oak for 4 years, racked 8 times, and it's a beautiful swab, one of the great Spanish wines, and we have it now, right now, in Magnum. Whatever we don't drink tonight, you can buy from me. How about that? Just letting you know. Anyway, that's what we're up to today, besides building a wine bar menu for the rest of you. So come in tonight and enjoy some great things. And what we're going to do for the next 3 weekends, including this one, are Thanksgiving wines. The joke is, and maybe I'm telling the joke and nobody thinks it's very funny, is when people walk in the store and wonder, what wines are great for Thanksgiving? And I look around at my inventory and I say, all of that. Basically, we just need to always keep our inventory moving. But the fact is that Thanksgiving really accommodates a lot of different wine types. So why shouldn't we have 3 weekends worth, wine bar weekends worth of Thanksgiving wines? In fact, 4. You know that last week we did the Beaujolais thing, the Cru Beaujolais thing. We'll get some of those Cru Beaujolais back up here, maybe in a week or two. We're going to do Alsace Day in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, here are the wines for this weekend's wine bar menu. Beginning with a sparkling wine, we do a different bubbly every week. And look at that pretty one. In fact, you can see a little better in this glass. I've always got bubbles nearby, don't I? Oh my Lord. We are among the few. There might only be 2 providers of this sparkling wine in California. We and Sunshine Grocery up in St. Helena. So we're in good company, aren't we? This is An Ami Brut Rosé from the Willamette Valley. So it's 100% Pinot Noir, and it's very, very rare, as I said. And now it's rarer. There's less. Man, that's fantastic stuff. You do have to buy up a little for it. It's kind of like at entry-level champagne pricing. But besides rarity, this is delicious. What a mouthfeel. Notice that I'm having it in a bigger glass. You can do that, you know, like champagne and sparkling wines using the champagne varieties of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay do really nicely in a big fat glass once in a while. You can smell it better. Nice stuff. That's the sparkling wine of the week. Very special for the holidays. An Ami Brut Rosé. Yum, 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 yum. I can have some more of that later. And, well, of course, we have a white flight. And as I said, Thanksgiving-oriented whites are coming your way. Let's see what we're doing. From our friend Adam Webb. We gave this to the wine club recently. But we bought enough of this Pinot Blanc from Dutton Ranch in the Russian River Valley to provide it to you. Dutton Ranch is famous for its Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Most people don't know that a little Pinot Blanc also grows there. Thank goodness. And thank you, folks, the Duttons, for their open mind about having more than just the 2 main anticipated grape varieties of the Russian River growing. Having some Pinot Blanc gives this great grape the time of day. And Adam Webb found these vines and said, hey, I'd like to buy some. And he's made a great wine that went to our wine club, like I said, but we have enough for you and your Thanksgiving dinner as well. It's Pinot Blanc with a little more flesh on its bones. No oak at all. It's just got a richness because of the lees aging. So check it out. Cochon, Pinot Blanc. White wine number 2. What the hell is this? This is super rare and super cool. This is Chenin Blanc. Did I say Chenin Blanc? I did not, but it's from the region of Chinon, and in fact, it is made of Chenin Blanc. So it's 100% Chenin Blanc as grown in a wine region far more famous for its Cabernet Franc called Chinon. See the word on there? Chenin Blanc. Apparently Chinon only makes 5% white. Like I said, more Cabernet Franc happens there. But this rarity has just landed. Beautiful stuff. I'm going to tell you something about these white wines. They're probably going to start out too cold. Some of these are kind of quiet, and I encourage you to get your hands all over the glass that we offer you to warm the wine up. I know that sounds weird, and in some wine 101 classes they say, please do not put your hands on the glass. You're supposed to hold the glass by the stem. Well, you know what? Screw that. If you need to warm the wine up, give it the hand, all right? Boom. I think this wine deserves that tender loving care. Movie is. Well, I know I'm not smelling that wine, but I'm still on that bubbly thing. Anyway, Chenin Blanc made of Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc. All right, another French wine. Why not? Because white Bordeaux is great with Thanksgiving dinner and all things fall. I really love white Bordeaux that sees a little kiss of oak, a little richness from the oak and from the addition of Semillon to the Sauvignon Blanc to make the wine a little richer. It's a great fall white. In other words, not a zingy wine that you will have in the middle of the summer for hot weather refreshment. You have this in the fall for pumpkin soup. All right, squash soup is killer with this. It'll do really well with anything on the feasting table of Thanksgiving. So the Maltose, I think only 200 or 300 cases were made. Lucky us. Way out here in California, we got this from Bordeaux. I mean, what a great connection we have with this importer and this great little family winery. The Maltose. Very rare, very good. Semillon, Sauvignon Blanc, fall, rich. Not stupid rich. It's still got great refreshment in it, but you'll get that little lanolin quality, say that 3 times fast, of the Semillon in this wine. Just a little bit of mouthfeel that goes kick-ass with that pumpkin soup of yours, all right? Now, people seem to be at their most adventurous at Thanksgiving time when it comes to wine and trying new recipes. So they say to us, hey, what you got? What do you got that I've never had before? I don't know why, but Thanksgiving seems to avail itself to more open-mindedness. And so why not try a wine from the far northwest part of Italy, almost France. This is the Val d'Aosta. It's so unusual, this region, that I don't even know how to say it properly. Valle d'Aosta. It looks like that could be French, but we are in fact still barely into Italy with this grape called Petit Arvan. See it on the bottom? Petit Arvan. All of that fancy wording, forget it. When you have the wine, it won't be scary. It'll be refreshing. It's pale. It's discreet. It will let every food item on the table do the talking. This just accommodates. It just helps wash it down. All right? And then, how about something with a little more body to finish up? This is from folks that I got to visit several years ago. Gosh, 10 years ago now. In 2012, I visited this producer called Valdesil in a region called Valdeorras. Valdeorras is in eastern Galicia, and their specialty grape is Godello. They, in fact, make about 4 different quality levels of Godello, and this is the second to the top one. There's another one that they bottle only in Magnum, and it's very expensive, and nobody wants it, but this is still fairly approachable. Think of white Burgundy when you have this. In fact, I'm going to have some right now. Again, this will be better warmed up a little bit. Now, at refrigeration temperature, it's going to be dead silent. But with a little bit of hand, or just sitting out, getting out of your refrigerator maybe 45 minutes before you're going to serve it, that's when this starts to sing. And it loves air. The weird thing about great Godello, not all Godello, but really good Godello, is that it's often better the next day. We don't say that about very many wines, do we? But Godello has this magical property, kind of like Mourvedre, but that's red, of thanking you for a little abuse, oxidative abuse. It's him. Please, ma'am, may I have another? Yeah, that's cool. But I can tell there's more about to happen if I just use the hand longer. I don't have time right now. I'll do it later. Let's tell you about the 2 white wines that we are serving only by the glass. We do that every week. We always have like a reaction to the flights. Like if there's no Chardonnay in the flight, then we're going to offer Chardonnay by the glass. And that will be Hartford. Our good friends up in the Russian River Valley, Hartford, never fails with Chardonnay. They make several of them. This is kind of like their entry-level baseline stuff. Russian River Chardonnay, not to be missed. Really delicious glass of Chardonnay. And you're saying, well, I know I'm going to have some adventures, Thanksgiving-oriented adventures in the red flight and maybe no Cabernet. So what do? We provide you with Cabernet by the glass. And this is LTL, otherwise known as larger than life. Washington State, second label for Upchurch. Great stuff from Red Mountain, Washington. Beautiful wine. This, in my opinion, tastes like $45 or $50 Napa Valley Cabernet, and it does not cost that because Washington State tends to provide us with better value. And it is also a great solution to the fact that the 2020 Napa Valley vintage, known as the smokeout year, is like really low on inventory, and so we're looking more and more to Washington for great wine recently, and this just kills it for about $32. Before your wine club discount, LTL Cab, nice glass of dark red Cabernet for the holidays and for the cold weather that we're having. Well, this is not as dark, but this is our entry to the red flight this weekend, and you would anticipate Thanksgiving wine recommendations, including our dear friend Pinot Noir. Fragrant, beautiful. This is a brand new arrival from Laird up in the Napa Valley, and they poured me about 3 different Pinot Noirs, and I preferred this one. I said, that's the one that they will like, I think. Hopefully I predicted correctly. A little more richness to it. It's not stupid. It's not like fabricated wine, but it just has a nice mouthfeel to it. Something that will handle smoked salmon and, of course, the turkey that's coming up. Good stuff from Laird. All right, new Pinot Noir coming your way. This is cool. I think only 75 cases were made of Kitson's Terraldigo. What's a Kitson? Well, that's the name of the guy making it. What's a Terraldigo? That's the name of a grape, as typically grown in northern Italy, but here, in this case, it is grown in Yolo County. Yeah, kind of near Winters, I guess. This went to the California Wine Club. I hope you members are enjoying it, but I highly recommend that you give it a very slight chill and do it with a turkey on Thanksgiving. It is going to be a really interesting, out of the box, out of your box, like it's not something you drink every day. Terraldigo, what the hell is that? But dark and grapey and fun. It's neat wine. Terraldigo might be your first one. Now we're going to show you two Syrahs in a row. So let's bring them both up. Okay, boom, boom. This one comes from Chile, and you don't see Chile and Syrah out there very often simply because most retailers are not brave enough to carry it. We gave this, however, to our world-class wine club recently. We have some left over, and it is rare. It is made in the hundreds, not thousands of cases. Single vineyard Syrah from the Colchagua Valley, Valle de Colchagua in Chile. So check it out. It has got some Northern Rhone qualities. It's got some meatiness to it. It's kind of cool and exotic, and some smoke as well. You know, you always get this like curious smokiness from a Chilean red, I think. Anyway, that's cool. Slightly safer is the wine that comes next from a winery called Jonara down in Santa Barbara County. They are located in Ballard Canyon. They are neighbors to Stoltman Vineyards, and this is the pairing Syrah from there. And it is silky and sexy and rich. Not stupid. It's not as bulky necessarily as a Paso Robles Syrah will be, and that's kind of why I would drink it. It is full in flavor and full in body, but it's not over the top. Really elegant, delicious. You will not find anybody disliking this wine. If they want a glass of red wine and you pour this, just don't tell them what it is. If they're afraid of Syrah, like, don't say what it is. Pour this and they'll say, oh my God, that's really good. What is it? Huh, I didn't know I could like a Syrah. Well, yeah, you'll like this. Finally, you know, it's the holidays. Let's get stuff like this out. This is a Chateauneuf de Pape 2018 from Moulin Taco Cell, not to be confused with Taco Bell. So Taco Cell, totally different, okay? Taco Bell and Taco Cell have nothing to do with each other. It's the name of the winery. Moulin means mill. Taco Cell is probably a family name, an old location name or family name. At any rate, this is classic style Chateauneuf de Pape. Not the modern style, not big fruit forward, but more that rustic and mysterious kind of thing going on. Shoot, I don't have a glass. I'll go get one. But in the meantime, come see us at the wine bar. And I won't see you tonight or this afternoon even. We're going to take off pretty soon to do that offsite event. But see you tomorrow. See you Saturday. But in the meantime, come and say hi to the staff who's here today. Owen and Grace and Leslie. I think they're all staying late with you. So come on in. Thank you very much for everything you do. And happy Thanksgiving week number 1. See you soon.